Welcome to the Sugar Hill Podcast, where we focus our lens on the roots of our behaviors and talk about ways to improve our lives in the present, readying us for a journey of chasing our purpose in life. I'm your host, Jeremy, author, coach, and speaker, and every day I wake up to help people operate at their highest potential through self-awareness. I hope you walk away with at least one thing you can implement every day to live the life you deserve. Today's episode is about identifying purpose. After listening to today's podcast, you'll be able to identify your life's purpose. Identifying purpose is a journey that starts on the inside and works outward. It's a process of identifying your truest self, the core of who you are, and working through the layers that have been wrapped around you, layers representing falsehoods, facades, titles, positions, things that are fleeting in this human experience. Your truest self is best identified when you ground yourself in the present moment, when you listen to nature sounds, close your eyes and hear the birds, listen to the wind, when you feel the sand on the beach, when you feel the carpet, when you are listening to a child laugh, when you are feeling the coolness of the breeze at night, when you hear the wind whip through the trees, when you see the night light from the moon. In that stillness of the present moment, your truest self can step forward. Your truest self is connected to, tied to a source that is limitless, a source that fuels the life experience that as we know it. Identifying your truest self is important because as life unfolds, you will end up in circumstances that involve people. And what I found through reflection is that circumstances that sometimes involve people are really hidden lessons. Lessons that are preparing us for our purpose and also preparing us for what we're asking for, knowingly and unknowingly. Even helping us to undo the things that have happened to the generations before us. We have to be prepared to handle our purpose, and it requires lessons that we can't avoid, we can't go around, we can't go above or beneath. We have to go through each of those lessons. And when you identify your truest self, when you're secure in who you are, when you lead with your highest sense of self, there's a space between the circumstance and the people that are in those circumstances and yourself. And when you see the lesson that they bring, you then realize, I have to learn this lesson. I have to learn this lesson to mold and shape me for my purpose. I have to learn this lesson to undo the things that have happened to my family line so that way the next generations don't have to suffer. I have to learn these lessons and apply these lessons so that way as my purpose comes to me, as I'm positioned for my purpose, I can handle it and sustain it. Another thing about identifying your truest self is that you can leverage your gifts and talents with the lessons that you're learning and applying and mix it in like a recipe of sorts. Your lessons are ingredients, your gifts are ingredients, your talents are ingredients. And when you start to reflect on all of those things and see how they connect to one another, you can identify a golden thread that connects everything. It's like those individual ingredients mixed together to make a recipe, and you serve that dish to people in the form of your purpose. Identifying your purpose, again, is not an easy journey. It's not a journey that happens overnight, over weeks. Sometimes it could take months or years. But when you identify your truest self and you see that circumstances and people bring about lessons to mold and shape you and ready you for your purpose. So that way you can leverage your gifts and talents because of the golden thread that you can see that ties all of these things together. You can identify your purpose and your life will never be the same. I think everybody has a purpose in life, and it could be argued that some people have more than one purpose. But at a minimum, take the time to identify your purpose. Allow yourself to be used as a vessel to give that purpose as a gift to the world. When you chase your purpose, everything will follow. But when you chase everything, life will bring you sorrow. This has been the Sugar Hill Podcast. This is Jeremy, signing off.